お茶会は淑女の必修科目さ。お茶会における礼儀作法を学びたいなら僕が教えてあげよう。
Hey, what's up, wrong person? How are you doing, man? Good night. What's up, man? What's up, Asuna? I guess... Are you just passing by? So sleepy, can't even keep my eyes open. Yeah. That occasionally happens to me on stream. It's usually towards the end though. Usually towards the end. Like people watching will probably just see me like playing and playing and playing, and then all of a sudden I'll just stop attacking and I'll just keep walking like this. Like towards a wall, doing nothing. Hey, what's up, Siri? Good to see you again, man. You know what? I'm even gonna try and read that. Benny, Harvey, Foyce, Seoride. Wow, that was awful. Gun, Rob, Ig, Danam. Yon, I'm assuming this is not Ion Drain. Yon Drain or something like that. Dude, okay, I can't read the rest of it. This is awful. Talent level 9, Hu Town, nuked harder than Crowned Arlecchino. Nuke, burst, I'm assuming. Yeah, anyway, good night, Asuna. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. It's a meme. Is it a meme in that language, or is it a meme that you just translated to that language? Don't make me laugh. I don't want to make my sweet dream. I mean, it's not like anyone could understand me anyway. I guess, like, funny is funny no matter what language it is, I guess.
少しはまともになってきた。闇来たる。破滅の時なる。カウントダウン開始だ。いいだろう。私に挑む資格を認めてやる。いいさ。
You know, I can't wait till the day that I get C1 Nivelet and his signature weapon. No, all my droplets are so far away. And they disappeared because they were... Darn it. I took too long to use them. Is it just me, or does Phase 2 seem a little squishier than Phase 1 Arlecchino? Like it feels like there's a lot less HP. It's a Scottish meme, but in Scottish Gaelic, Manx Gaelic, oh, I see. So it is a meme in that language, sort of, but not really, and you translate it into that specific language. Still wake the deep. Put it on end credits. Okay. Hey, what's up, Sino? How you doing, man? Not being productive today, so I'm just gonna sleep early and make sure tomorrow will be better. Alright, hey, thanks for stopping by, wrong person. Yeah, take care, man. I don't know if, like, I don't know if I want to skip the 5.05 stars or not. Because Mualani and Kinich seem to have an overworld value to them. Like, even if they're not very good, but they seem to have, like, an overworld value to them. By that, I mean, like, they seem, I think, I get the feeling that they're gonna be very, very useful in the overworld. Like through with exploration and stuff, and you know, seeing as it's 5.0 or new region, there's gonna be a lot of exploration, a lot of new regions, like back to back, or rather sub regions. That I get the feeling that we're gonna need all that exploration talent. Especially Kinich. Kinich's high-flying, like, Spider-Man thing, I think is gonna be really, really nice to have for exploration in Natlan. They made 50-50 into 55-45? Yeah, sure. That extra 5% is really gonna help my odds, huh? I mean, sorry, I'm not trashing on it. I'm happy that they did something like that. But I mean, I really don't have anything. Like, I barely have anything. Look, it's like that's not even enough for one. Hey, what's up, Bonnie? How you doing, man? Oh, darn it. Okay. Swap too early. Oops. Oh, come on. Just swap, please. Tried Layla, Razor, Kaya, Lisa. Wasn't too good. I mean, there's little to no synergy, really. Razor just isn't a good character anymore. The most usable team Razor has now in 2024 is Thundering Fury. 5.0 is next Wednesday. Getting ascension items for Kachina and Mualani are gonna be very annoying. Siri, I don't remember what it was, but I think I remember something. Let me think. What was it? I can't remember exactly how it worked, but I remember there was something. There was something in the special program that where they talked about. Man, I can't remember. Shoot. Basically, they were giving us more ascension materials, like to where you you won't even you won't even need to like go to the region where a character is from to like start farming their ascension materials, to be able to ascend them up to their up to level 60, like 60, like 50 out of 60. No, not necessarily free. I don't remember. There was something. I can't remember what it was. It was maybe it was it like doing their character requests or something? I don't remember. It was something like that. It was something like that. You know what? Why don't we review it in the special program? I'm gonna open up Genshin's thing here, YouTube channel. Is it on Chrome yet? What? Okay. What was I even opening? So, hang on. I need to go find it though. Dude, it's such a long program. I don't even know where to begin looking for it. Was it so okay, maybe it was here? When they talked about the new characters? Okay, Kinich, backstory, blah 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 blah. Rewards, combat skills. That wishes. I can't remember. Okay. I can't remember where they talk about it. Oh, hey, what's up, Ems? How you doing, man? Oh, man, I can't remember. Or was it like... Oh, wait. A new area. Oh, no. Open world. Nesta abilities. Mental abilities. No. No. Okay, I can't remember what it was about. Do you have Layla, RJ? Hopefully I can get Yelan. Both accounts. Make a Layla Yelan team on second Hyper Bloom on main. Yeah, I do have Layla. I haven't raised her because don't really need her. her only job is really just shielding and cryo app, and cryo really is not very good nowadays. Not because cryo characters are bad, but mostly just because the types of enemies and enemy layouts that we've had in Abyss, and like most like combat mechanics and the types of enemies that we've been getting have just been very unfriendly towards cryo teams. And Shielder, I already got Zhongli, so yeah, no need. Hey, what's up, Luap? How you doing, man? Do you guys remember what that talk was about? Like with the Ascension material things? I think I remember them talking about getting more Ascension materials for new characters. To where, like, okay, obviously, like, when you do a character's trial run, you get Ascension materials to take that character to the first Ascension. But then, like, I remember them talking about that, and then talking about we're gonna get more to take a character all the way to their, to like, level 50 or something, level 60, something like that. Okay, I'm just gonna Google this. This is getting annoying. Tribal Chronicles, get then duration to obtain Primo Gems. No. Well, People of Springs, designated duration, signature materials, character level up materials, Natlan regional specialties. I think this is it. I found it on Google. I think this is it. So I think so. Okay, from what I can see, from what it says here, where was it? Oh, here. Okay. Complete Tribal Chronicles Scions of the Canopy and Tribal Chronicles People of the Springs. So it's okay. It sounds like world quests. Like, and I'm assuming these are world quests that that unlock otherwise locked parts of the map. I'm just guessing. Usually, the beginning of a new region is very annoying. To farm for new first characters in the new region. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, if I'm reading this correctly, at the very least, starting from 5.0, well, at least for 5.0 specifically, it seems like doing these world quests will earn you some ascension materials And I do specifically remember them talking about that in the special program. Wow, that hurt. These things hit hard. Oh, shoot. I used the wrong resin. Couldn't get a swirl there. This is cringe. World quest to unlock the map is a problem. Well, it is a lot better nowadays. I'm sure you played Fontaine, right? It is so much better in Fontaine. And even in the new Liyue region, like the big world quest, sure, it was kind of long, but not as long as they used to be. I remember some Inazuma world quests were like super long. Obviously the Aranara quest, right? But then like even away outside of the Aranara quest, like world quests to unlock different parts of the map from before were super long. Oh dear. No swirl. Academia was annoying. I remember for Shenhe. Just to get the ascension items from the boss. Oh yeah. Yeah, cause like the boss was like very much towards the end of the world quest to explore Enganomiya. So it it took so long for people to be able to finally get to that boss and start farming for their Shenhe. Oh wait, I just remembered. I'm doing weeklies now, right? Like even though my reputation in Fontaine has been maxed out for so long now, I'm still doing weeklies, right? I remember they talked about it in the special program where they mentioned that once when your reputation's maxed out, you can no longer do requests and bounties. Kind of disappointed because it's okay. Like I think in 4.8, yeah, I think 4.8 or 4.7, I don't remember. They removed sorry, what's it called? Weekly requests used to give you encounter points. But in 4.8, I think they removed it. They removed that, so weekly requests didn't count, didn't give you encounter points anymore. and now they're just completely removing week requests and bounties. And I would have been kind of okay with that, but then weekly requests and bounties give you doing all 3 every week gives you 150k mora. And okay, that doesn't sound like a lot, but still, it's free mora in the game. And also skip daily commission dialogues. I don't remember them talking about anything like that. Also, that sounds like such a minor update that I don't think, like, even if they did implement something like that, it sounds like something that they wouldn't even, like, bring up on a special program. Immune to Hydro. Basically, I had to finish the 80% of the world quest, or nearly explored the whole Enkinomiya Ascension, huh? Yeah. You know, thankfully, they seem to have stopped giving us quests that are like that. Because, so I've mentioned this on stream before. Like, I've talked about this once or twice on stream. Where I think, so obviously, when the game came out, we already got Mondstadt and Liyue, right? And in 2.0, we got Inazuma. And obviously, you know, before 2.0, the game was still super hype. Everyone loved the game. Everyone wanted more stuff to do. Everyone wanted more content. And so obviously you, as a game developer, especially because, you know, like, especially if you have game developers that aren't people working on your game that are actually passionate about the game and and are actually passionate about game development itself and whatever their specific job is in developing said game, then they're gonna think, wow, our players love our game so much, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna give them everything, right? Like, that's basically what happens. And I think what happened with Inazuma is they gave us so much stuff to do. Like, for example, Inazuma was kind of a nightmare, really, if you think about it. So in Inazuma, there were so many parts of the map that were locked behind world quests, and some of those world quests were locked behind other world quests, and sometimes the world quests were locked behind puzzles, like really hard to do puzzles. And I think what Hoyo was thinking was, our players love our game so much that they want more content. They want to engage. Oh, hey, what's up, Dart? How you doing, man? Yeah, they want to engage in our game. They want to interact. They want to interact with more and more stuff, right? So, I think yeah, I think that was what happened, and that's why we got whatever Inazuma was, right? And I think it was an okay thought process. It just didn't resonate well with the types of players that, you know, the majority that mostly play Genshin. I'm sure some people probably loved it, but not the loud part of the Genshin community. Because the thing is, no one will ever call their ISP to say, hey, good job, you guys. But everyone will call if there's a problem. So the people who probably loved more content and like more engaging content and more like puzzles and etc., more interactions in the game, probably just stayed quiet because like they liked it. So nobody knows how many people actually liked how much content they gave us. And then obviously like they plan everything in advance, right? Like I'm sure they're probably already working on Celestia at this point. Like if Celestia were ever to become a thing in the game, they're probably already working on Snezhnaya. They're probably like, you know, and Natlan's just about to come out, but I'm sure they're already started to work on Snezhnaya and Celestia and whatever other region comes out after Snezhnaya. So by the time that they realized, oh, our players are not, they're not engaging with the content that we've made as much as we thought they would. But oh no, we've already started work on Sumeru. Well, I guess we can't do anything about that now. But one thing I noticed though is the end of Sumeru, like the very last part of Sumeru, these two subregions, were very tamed. They're very tamed, and like the world quest to go in and like explore the thing, like the big world quest for the two subregions, basically took me to like 80 or 90% of the entire place, or at least allowed me to see 80 or 90% of the entire place. That if I just played the world quest and enjoyed myself, took my time, like to pick up anything shiny that I found along the way, like I think this is what my exploration is. I didn't even bother like watching someone's video to try and 100% this. This is just the exploration progress I ended up with after doing the big world quest here and just taking my time and enjoying it. And that was really satisfying to me. Fontaine was a different story though. I kind of thought, well, just 3 regions, not very big, and the world quests weren't very long, so I decided to, you know, put in the effort, put in the time to actually explore the place. Oh, hey, what's up, Azzy? Good to see you, man. Giving more content is a bit too late, though. Many players moved on. Well, the thing is, though, it's like... So, yeah, like I just said, right? Like, I'm sure there were some players who enjoyed that kind of content. Where, like, they spent more time playing the game. Like, sorry, they spent more time logged into the game and, like, playing and stuff. But... there are probably a lot more players that didn't enjoy it, or that the players that didn't enjoy it were just way louder than the players who did enjoy it. Hey, what's up, Elijah? How you doing, man? Stop playing when they gave us trash anniversary gifts. Which one? They gave us... Okay, I won't say they gave us trash anniversary gifts like every year, but... well, every year was basically just meh. Except this one. This one was great. This one's good. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not gonna have to do weeklies anymore every Monday. I'm gonna have so much less stuff to do every Monday stream. I'm probably... I'm likely going to be streaming quite a bit less on Mondays than I do now. Because let's say if there's no world quest, or sorry, if there's no like it's towards the end of a patch, so there are no more events and stuff, the only stuff I'd have to do on Mondays are just resin and 3 weekly bosses, and that's it. Because they said that in the special program they mentioned that once your reputation is maxed out in a certain region, you can no longer do weeklies and weekly bounties and weekly requests in that region. Kind of disappointed. That also means 150k less Mora every week. Kind of disappointed in that, but I also understand why, because they want players to play more in the newer regions, in like whatever, like if I've done Mondstadt, if I've done Liyue, Inazuma, Sumeru, Fontaine, of course they want me to play in the new content that they make. It's just like YouTubers, right? It's just like YouTubers. YouTubers want you to watch their newer videos, right? Like, of course, watching their old videos would also help, but watching their newest content is even better. How long does this thing last? Will this last until Wednesday? 13 days. Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, cool, cool. I'm gonna keep that then. I'm gonna keep that for Natlan. I think I'm done. Am I done? Yeah, I think I'm done. Can't stop playing because Genshin is the only game I have. Me too, actually. Me too. I can't stop playing Genshin because Genshin is the only game I have right now. And at least for me, Genshin's obviously it's not perfect for me, but it just hits the most number of buttons for me. Like, okay, the art style, I like it. The okay, their combat system, like the elemental system, is just so satisfying to me. It's easy enough for a stupid brain like me, for a tiny brain like me, like mine, but at the same time, it's complicated enough to make me feel like, whoa, I'm smart, I'm good, I have no skill issue, right? And that okay, that's another button that Genshin hits for me. Not take up too much of my time. Yes, that also hits that button for me. So while sometimes it does take up a lot of time for me, especially because like I'm stupid because I made 3 accounts, but that's my fault. That's not Genshin's fault.
怖いかそれとも恐怖を抱く勇気すらないか私と打ち合うか少しはまともになってきた闇来たる破滅の時のカウントダウン開始だ
How was I getting 49Ks just now?
いいだろう私に挑む資格を認めてやる
Dailies is kind of repetitive and got me a bit bored while waiting for new events. That's why I quit. Well, I think that's what. Yeah, that's probably the main reason why Genshin they introduced the encounter point system, because they didn't keep adding new daily commissions like forever. Well, I mean, every now and then they did add some new ones, but it hardly ever happened where they added new daily commissions. So I think daily commissions would have been okay if they kept giving us new ones and like they kept erasing. They would erase like some of the oldest ones, or like made the oldest daily commissions less likely to happen. But if they made daily commissions take way too long, or take up way too much time, or take up way too much effort for the little rewards that it gives, I think that still wouldn't have been. It still wouldn't have worked, and that's definitely why the encounter point system was introduced into Genshin. Because with the encounter points, consuming other content in the game, such as exploration, unlocking quests, doing quests, unlocking chests, doing puzzles and stuff, Hoyo was basically telling us that, hey, if you don't want to do daily commissions, we're gonna make it so that, hey, if you open these chests, if you do exploration, if you do quests and stuff, then it'll take care of your daily commissions. How's that? Yeah, they want us to interact with stuff in the game. Oh, hey, what's up, Elijah? You're not gonna believe this last Saturday, Just had fun at Comic-Con at Lufkin. Met Kelly Baskin, one who plays Amber. Kelly Baskin. Ooh, really? Nice, nice. Did you get to talk to her? Already been a month. I don't think I'm coming back anymore. Oh. Wow, this Hu Tao does way less damage than my main account Hu Tao. No. At least let me get it under 20% HP. Wait, was it 20% or 10%? Are we going to phase 2? Oh no, no, perfect. Great. I hate having to go into phase 2. Did? Nice, nice. You know, I feel kind of bad for some of the 4-star voice actors and actresses in Genshin. Because when's the last time we've seen a 4-star character VA host a special program? Right? Right? It's like, okay, I can't imagine, like, the only job that a 4-star character VA does is just make the voice lines, and then that's it. There's nothing else for them to do for Genshin. Amazing actor, horrible unit. Oh, man. Well, she looks good, at least. I'm happy they're listening to the players, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do hope it keeps on going, though. I hope that this is not the only time. I hope this isn't like a one-time thing. Swap. Yep. Nice. Nice timing. Did that sound Japanese enough? I did talk to Kelly Baskin, RJ. I got an autograph by signing by her. Nice, nice. What'd you get an autograph on? Oops. Rina got hit. Okay. Oh, perfect. The thing just so happened to come up where I was. 6 weeks 5.0. Oh, I'm sure everyone's excited, man. You know, as excited for 5.0, Natlan, and like the new characters as I am more excited for all the quality of life updates that they promised. Especially the new artifact thing. Speaking of Dutch, apparently the Dutch... I've recently found out so much about Philippine history. Well, not like into the little nitty-gritty details, but at least enough that I now have a much clearer picture of like, well, basically why the Philippines is the way it is. And why the Philippine people are the way they are. And I like my guesses were all right. They were all correct. So apparently the Dutch had something to do with the Philippines, but just barely. It was like, it was something to do with the Dutch having conflict with the British, and when the British were here, oh no, was it the British? No, the Spanish, I think. Is it the Spanish or the British? I don't remember. So okay, it was either the British or the Spanish, and then the Dutch had some beef with either of them, whoever was like in the Philippines at the time. And then they backed off. And then at some point, I believe like a country south of the Philippines? Hang on. What is a country south of the Philippines? Indonesia, I think. Yeah, Indonesia, yeah. Indonesia, or like whatever, like other places around these parts, were colonized by the Dutch a long time ago. Where I assume where the Protestant, okay, I don't know if that's the name of their religion. I'm sorry, I'm not, like, I don't know enough about this stuff, but like the Protestant religion, at least in the Philippines, came from. Weeklies? Yeah. Weeklies. Who's the free 5-star? Are you gonna pick RJ? I'm not sure. It'll be different. I'm sure it'll be different on whatever account. On this account, I don't care about Diluc. Diluc's not even raised on this account. Jean, I don't know what my Jean constellation is here. Okay, so yeah, I don't care about Jean here. I'm on the second account now, by the way, and I have Tainari here, and I think I have him raised. Yeah. I do have him raised. I think no constellation. Wow, C2. Okay. I don't really care. I haven't used them. I raised them, and like I was like, this isn't as good as I thought it would be. So, I mean, like I also just don't have a very good build of him really. So I think I'm just gonna go with Dia, because I don't have Dia on this account. And because I don't have Dia, I can't use Nivelette's rainbow team at all, just because I'm missing Dia. On my other accounts, I'm gonna have to think about it for a while. I think on my main account, I might go with Diluc. Yeah, just so I could someday get him to C6 on that account. On the third account, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure my third account, Diluc, is C5. So, if I'm remembering it correctly, I think I might go with Diluc. But I also kind of want to get Dia for the same reason as on my second account. Just so I could have the option of running the Nivelette Rainbow team. Wala kaming pakialam na ipinadala. Wala kaming pakialam means we don't care. Na ipinadala means that it was sent. We don't care that it was sent? What does that mean? It was Portugal. Portugal was having beef with the Netherlands, and that's why we were fighting with in Malacca in Malaysia because we wanted good land for trade route. Can you keep it if you don't want to choose a character? I don't actually know. No, I'm pretty sure you have to pick. It's probably like similar to, like the Chinese New Year event. What is it? What is it called? I can't remember what it's called, but like the Chinese, like every Chinese New Year, like we have like a Liwa event, and then we get to pick a 5-star, or sorry, a 4-star from Liwa. Lantern, right? Thank you. Yeah, it's probably like that. So it's probably some kind of event thing that we're gonna have to pick right then and there. I don't know. At least I hope it would be nice if it was like the way that you think it is, where like we could just hold on to it until we can decide. That would be nice. But I don't know. I highly doubt they would be. They're being generous, but I highly doubt they'd be that generous. How good is Dia anyway? Dia is terrible. One of the worst characters in the game. She looks good. She looks really good, but in combat, she's terrible. She's awful. Why is there Tagalog accent in English? I'm not Tagalog. So I don't have a Tagalog accent. Also, I'm in English mode right now. So like I have to switch, I guess. Yeah. I have to switch my brain, like the mode that my brain is in whenever I have to, like when I'm reading something, whether it's in my local language or in Tagalog. But if my brain is in English mode, it'll read it in like with the accent. Filipinos speak English and Filipino. Obviously, yeah, native language Filipino, either Tagalog or Bisaya or some of the other languages that we have here, Ilonggo, Waray. I'm sure there are a few others that I don't know the names of. And of course, English. English is the language we use here for math, science. Math and science. Obviously, like those are two subjects that are discussed everywhere, all over the world. But in some countries, they discuss it in their native languages, right? Like for example, like in China, Korea, Japan, probably even India. I don't know. But here we use English to talk about those, except for public schools, which I was very surprised of. I sent, like when my son went to grade 1, I was thinking, okay, grades 1 to 6, or maybe even 1 to 8 don't really matter, so I don't care if he goes to public school, public or private school. So I sent him to public school, and so he spent about 2 weeks in public school, and I was very surprised because they were learning math class in Bisaya. Which was really hard for my son because he grew up learning English. Cebu guy. Oh. Losing his Tagalog accent? Sorry, what do you mean by Cebu guy? Because when I read Cebu guy, I think there's a place here in the Philippines called Cebu guy. And I don't remember if that's right, but it sounds really familiar. But the way that you wrote it, it sounds like Cebu, like the city or the island of Cebu. And then guy, you mean like people from Cebu? Is that what you mean? Bono schools in Cebu Island? So when you say Cebuano, are you talking about the language Cebuano or like the people from Cebu kind of Cebuano? Because Cebuano is the name of a language. Bisaya and Cebuano are basically the same language, and the only difference is a couple of words. Like for example, in Bisaya, like Mindanao, Bisaya, nobody, no, people know the word purol, which means shorts, but the word purol doesn't exist in Cebuano. I learned that I learned that the hard way. I said like I was working in Cebu at the time, and I was just chatting with my teammates because like we had a free period, or like we just weren't getting as many calls as we usually did at the time, and I said I had to use that word, and then they were like, what what is that word? What's that? What? You don't know this word? And I said shorts. And they were like, what? They didn't understand it. And then that was the first time I learned that, wow, okay, apparently Cebuano and Bisaya are a little more different than I thought they were. I really thought they were like 99% the same. Of living in Iceland, we don't have fast food. Iceland. Really? Oh, Iceland. Okay. Geo. Also in my school, if you don't speak English, you have to pay each word that is not English. Oh, that's actually, yeah, we had the same thing. We had the same thing in my school. In the school that I went to. So, y'all know that I grew up in a small trading city. Right, like I've mentioned that plenty of times in the past before. In the past and before, jeez. How much more in the past can you be? My mom sent me to a private school. The private school was originally named Immaculate Conception College La Salle, and it was like their old name. And at some point I don't know how it works. Like they already had the name La Salle in the school, but it wasn't like La Salle, like part of like the DLSU in Manila or something. They weren't a university, even though they did have college, and like it was a really big school as well, like at least big relative to the city. And then at some point somewhere, like when I got to high school, the school became a like La Salle University, and then from then on, they started to use that name as their official name, La Salle University of the city. And relative to all other La Salle schools, their tuition was really cheap. I mean, like they're among the expensive. They're on the expensive side in the city, but their education is like so much better than everybody else's, especially for the price. Nowadays though, they are actually on the cheaper side of tuitions in the city I live in, because like over the last 20 to 25 years, there have just been a bunch of schools, like private schools. Some private schools are franchises, like Montessori school, and then there was this other one as well, like local but private school who and their tuitions are crazy. They're stupid. Like there's another one that I don't remember the name of, um, that has like tuition for primary school is more expensive than most colleges in the country, and it's like it's crazy, right? And like I can't imagine that a Lasallian school is among the cheaper schools in the city. So like it's crazy. It's crazy to me that I guess I do understand that these schools are like they are increasing their prices to make it seem like they're more prestigious, just by price alone. It's like it's similar to like the why Apple never sells cheap phones, right? Because like if they start selling cheap phones, they're gonna people are gonna start thinking, oh, people are gonna start feeling like iPhones and like Apple products have less prestige than they do if the price doesn't go down. I don't know. I haven't been there myself. Went to private school. It's like a prison. You know, in my city, I'm actually very happy that my parents sent me to that school, to that private school, because the public schools in my city, it is the stereotypical student that comes out of the public schools in my city are like, obviously not everyone, right? Like obviously not everyone, but most students that come out of the public schools in my city turn out to be gangsters or drug addicts, criminals, or just basically like end up being unemployed and like uneducated once they, you know, grow up. So yeah, like I don't know, like if I imagine it's probably not because of the education there. I imagine it's probably because it's public school, because you know there's no tuition. That's where the less fortunate people go, and because they're less fortunate, they're like their parents don't, I guess, raise them as well as like people who are more fortunate are. Like I don't know, like I know I'm being like, okay, what's the I don't think I'm being racist. Like what's the word? I sound like I'm being, yeah, I sound like I'm an elitist, and obviously I'm not. I'm poor, dude. I'm not rich. I'm not dirt poor, but I'm certainly poor. Okay. Yep. Yep. Public's more chaotic. Oh yeah, definitely. People always just go to Amsterdam, which is Nord Holland. Oh, you guys all are talking about Europe. Just because your private school was asked doesn't mean other people are what? What? True. Though public school is far more chaotic than private schools. Yeah, because like, and obviously that's not always the case, right? Like there are some private schools that are way more chaotic than public schools. But it seems to be more often than not. Okay, will I need to condense resin? No. Okay. Wow. This is going pretty quickly. Yeah, because like, if I don't know, man. Like I know I'm being. Well, what's the term for this? Like, it's not racist. It's not sexist. It's like racist or sexist, but with money. Like, what is that? Is there a term for that? I don't know. I don't actually know. But yeah, I feel like I guess like financially discriminatory, something like that. Yeah, like I'm being discriminatory because like financially or something. And okay, I know it sounds like I'm being like that, but it's just a lot more common over here that a lot of oh, here's another thing too. Okay. I went to college with a girl who at some point has stabbed a teacher. And she even told us how it felt. And she went to public school in my city. And like I don't remember how she described how it felt. All I knew was that I thought like, whoa, this. Oh, I better stay away from this girl. I mean, like she was reasonable, right? Like I don't know, like maybe she just was rolling with the wrong crowd or whatever. But yeah, it's that's basically what you get in public school in my city. Whereas I've never heard of any stories like that from anyone who went to a private school in my city. And again, I assume I'm gonna take a wild guess here that it's probably not because of the lack of education or like public school here in my city just has worse education. It probably just has to do with the type of people that are going to public school here versus the type of people that are going to private school in my city. A student in the past, when I was in middle school, permanently injured a kid with a box cutter. Yep, stuff like that'll happen. Well, hey, you know what? A student stabbing a teacher? Not as bad as America. Unsurprisingly. I mean, like, oh, hey, what's up, Nathan? How you doing, man? Good to see you again. Yeah, right? Like, not as bad as America. Right? And, like, over here, okay, we get stuff like that, right? Like students stabbing teachers and stuff. Like obviously that doesn't happen very often, right? Otherwise, I would hear more of these stories because like I've lived in my hometown for like a very long time, and the only years that I wasn't in my hometown were the time like after college, a couple of years after college, to 2017 when I came back home. And like finally started to work online here. In America, you get shootings. Shootings where basically everyone just dies, not just the teachers that the students hate. America straight up went for GTA. No, dude. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, it's funny to say it that way, but like, GTA is basically America. It is a parody of modern day America. By modern day, that's well, GTA 5 specifically is a parody of modern day America, and so will GTA 6 be once it finally comes out. And obviously, like the other GTA games were like parodies of different eras of America. And so is Red Dead Redemption. Oh dear. I've never seen that attack before. Oh, come on.
実月が終焉を迎え滅亡は繰り返される
Oh dear. Okay, come on. I think Farina just died and Kazuha is about to die. am I about to lose this thing? Okay, I'm gonna have to revive someone. I was kind of thinking, she's almost dead. I'll just revive him once I'm outside. Revive him with my 1,000 eggs, I guess. And my skill isn't still in cooldown. Hey, and pretty good. So when we say that America went for GTA, it's mostly because GTA is based on America. Like, look at GTA 5. Well, what was their Life Invader? Yeah, Life Invader, right? Like, oh no, it's a company it's a large like tech company, like social media company in GTA 5. That's Facebook. That's basically Facebook. Whom at some point in the story mode, spoiler alert, we blew somebody's brains out with a bomb phone. It was crazy. Red Dead Redemption is, I don't know if it's as much a parody as more like basically a visualization of like old Western America. Yeah, I don't know. Like I haven't seen enough footage of Red Dead Redemption to know whether it's a parody or more like just a visualization of it. Ever happened in my past school was a student which was also my teacher's son. Teacher's son. Okay. He's playing with his friend and slammed the door. Oh my god. Yikes. Ooh. Wow. Huh. Oh my god. Ugh. Ugh. I'm thinking about it and like it's it's giving me chills. Speaking of having your finger fall off, my wife actually at some like when she was a kid, she accidentally cut her finger off. I don't remember what she said she was cutting. I remember she told me this story multiple times, but like when she was a kid, she was helping her mom cut up some vegetables. I think it was carrots or something, and she accidentally cut off one of her fingers. Like it was, I think it was her left or right index finger. And it was just around the first joint. Yeah, it was just around the first joint of the finger, of the index finger. And she, like the way she tells me this story is like, she seems to, it seems like she was like really just shocked when it happened. And like one of their neighbors, one of their family friends, like was just so happened to be there at the time. So he just like took the finger, put it back on, bandaged it up, and like just told her, don't touch it until it's back on. Just don't touch it for a long time. And she didn't. And like the finger, like it attached itself back on. It's a little crooked. It's not perfectly aligned, but yeah, she's not missing any fingers as an adult because that random, like, yeah, that family friend of theirs just so happened to be there at the time. I mean, like, isn't that like I imagine she probably got super lucky. You know, like the a lot of the, or at least like the most important like blood vessels were aligned enough that they somehow like reattached, like they regenerated. But if that somehow like didn't line up really well, even though like it was a little crooked, like her finger today is still a little crooked. That one finger that she accidentally cut off as a kid, it's still a little crooked. A little crooked. Despite being a little crooked, it was somehow like just aligned enough that like the most important blood vessels were just aligned enough that they, I guess, reconnected. Did they stitch it back on? No, no. Like they didn't stitch it back on. Like the guy just put the finger back on, aligned it as well as he could, and put a bandage around it to, you know, obviously to hold it in place. And then she just didn't do anything with the finger until it fully recovered. When she cooks or anything, no, no, it's a fully functional finger. The only the only thing that's not perfect about it is just the fact that it's a little crooked. Let's see your build for Nivelette. Ah, sure. There. There he is. I don't have Nivelette's weapon, and I do not have constellations at all, because unfortunately I had awful luck during Nivelette's last rerun. I think I'm on a Hydro Goblet on this account. Yeah, I am on a Hydro Goblet on this account. I think on my main account I have an HP Goblet. I'm not entirely sure. Really, that worked? I mean, like, I don't know. I wasn't super surprised when I heard this story for the first time, but I was kind of surprised. Well, I was mostly shocked. But I wasn't too surprised, because it's not hard to imagine that your body. I mean, okay, so think of like what they say about, like, let's say if you accidentally, like, I don't know, like lose a hand or like a foot or whatever, right? Like typically they advise you to keep it on ice, right? Like ideally, I imagine that's probably mostly to try and like slow down the rotting, or like sorry, it's gonna slow down blood flow enough so that the blood doesn't all go out like super quickly, or at least it slows down how quickly that body part dies, right? And like I imagine, like, if you cut off a limb and you reattach it like within, I don't know, like 3 minutes, it's probably fine. I mean, like, obviously don't do it, but it'll probably attach itself as long as you align it well enough. Like if you align the major blood vessels enough that they'll be able to regenerate and reattach on their own. I don't know. I imagine my wife probably got quite lucky, because like, okay, it's probably not too hard to get something like that to happen, but lining it up well enough and not touching it and like not moving it at all for a very long time, because I imagine it won't recover very quickly. It'll probably be like weeks to months before it fully reattaches, right? So like you can't move it, you can't do anything to it for quite some time. Yeah, so like I imagine my wife got super lucky. It's like grafting plant. Yeah, something like that, right? It's like like when you have a wound, like when you get a scratch, obviously it's just a scratch, right? So both sides of the skin that got like split apart are still there. And as long as the skin, like the two sides are still touching, like as long as they're not open, they're still going to like regenerate at some point, and like they're gonna reattach, and then all you're gonna be left with, depending on how bad it was, is a scar, or maybe even nothing at all. Might take 9 months or a year. Yeah, I imagine like within a day, it'll like you'll start to feel like it's attached, but it's probably more like less the skin and more like the blood. I don't know. I'm just guessing. You know how like okay, so like if you get a scratch, right? Oh no, I don't want to use this team here. I don't want to use this team here. Like if you get a scratch, right? Like at some point in a couple of minutes, it'll feel like it's closed up. And I don't think the skin regenerates quickly enough for it to fully reattach. Like to generate enough skin cells to like attach themselves to each other. I think that's probably like the blood or the like. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not enough of a medical nerd to know exactly how this works, but like that's probably something to do with the blood or like platelets or whatever. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm sure those will attach your limb, like your limb, and within like a couple hours. But obviously, depending on like how big it is and like how much there is to attach, probably not gonna be a very strong attachment. Oh, I've never seen that attack before. Zero, one, swap. Nope, too late. But the bone though. Oh yeah, okay. Well, the bone does regenerate, right? Like, isn't that okay? So, I remember seeing a short documentary about this like way back then when I was in high school, about this girl who wanted to be a flight attendant, but she was too short to be one. So her parents actually helped her out by going to this surgeon who introduced to them a what's it called? Experimental, I guess, method of making someone taller through surgery. And it was basically cutting. Oh, God, I can't. I'm imagining it, and it's distracting me. It's awful. I can't imagine. So they would cut up your femur. Wait, which one's the femur again? I don't remember if it was the femur or the calf. I think it was like either or both, depending on like whichever one they wanted to lengthen. But either the calf bone or the femur, they cut it up. They cut along somewhere along the length of it, and then they attach metal rods to hold the two pieces in place, and then like they stretch it. They stretch it a little bit, just enough so that it'll get longer a little bit, but like so that they're close enough so that they can still regenerate and like reattach to each other. And then they keep doing it. Like once it's fully reattached, they cut it again and then like stretch it again and then let it recover. Cut it again, stretch it again, let it recover. Cut it again, stretch it, let it recover, etc. And like it's awful. Like just to be a flight attendant. I mean, okay, like obviously like the girl really seemed to be very passionate about becoming a flight attendant, but still. Needs a brace. Yeah. Oh, brace. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. I can't imagine, like, straight out of surgery, you're walking on, like, your legs are, like, have been cut into. Or, like, part of your legs have been cut into. And, like, the only thing that's, like, holding your weight up is the braces that have been screwed into both parts of the bone that's been cut into. I can't imagine how excruciating that's probably. That must be. Oh. Oh my god, I can't. Ugh. Oh my god. Broke my ulna twice. I was worried it needs a brace or metal screws inside. You did? Oh, ooh, wow, dude. Okay. Well, depending on like what kind of breakage it was. Right? If it's like a clean rake, I think they can just like line it up, which is excruciating. I mean, I don't, obviously I've never tried it before, but like the idea of like lining up the bone is like they stretch it, right? Like they stretch them a little bit, and then like they line it up, and then they let go. Like they put it back into place. And I can't imagine how much that must hurt. Ugh. If it's a clean break, they could just do that. But if there's like a part of it that's like shattered and stuff, then they're gonna have to go in there and like try to piece it together, like find all the pieces that are still there and like put it together if it's even possible. Yeah. But if it's not a clean break and like there's parts of the bone that are missing because like they're too shattered, they were shattered into like too tiny pieces, into pieces that are too tiny for them to put back together. I imagine, yeah, there's gonna have to be some metal in there somewhere for like permanently. Bike accident. Ugh. Man. You know, or how stupid I was in my younger years. Now that I think about it, how did I manage to get through childhood without any broken bones? I mean, obviously not every child in the world, you know, has to break a bone at some point. But it's kind of common, isn't it? It's not, you know, it's not very common, but it's not uncommon either. Because I had a bike, and I guess I mean, even today, I guess I am kind of on the cautious side, but still, like, okay, when I say I'm stupid, I mean that I'm stubborn and I do not listen to my parents when they say something's dangerous. Like, for example, when I was a freshman in college, my dad got me a motorcycle. And within a month... Oh, there's one more. Okay. Within a month of owning it... Well, technically it was under my dad's name because like they couldn't put it under my name because I was 16 at the time. Within a month of owning it, told my parents I was going out with my friends, going to a beach about half an hour away from home. When in fact, I was going to a city 4 hours away from home. So, yeah, met some rain. Well, a lot of rain along the way. Crashed at some point, like somewhere, you know, halfway to where we were trying to go. I wasn't the one driving anymore, but it was my buddy that was driving at the time. We hit a kid once we got there. Had to take the kid to the hospital. Had to pay for said hospital. And then at some point the parents asked for a CT scan because like we like her head got hit. It was like the handlebar it was the handlebar of the motorcycle hit her and hit the girl in the head. So the parents asked for a CT scan, and I just so happened to have some cash along with me. I just so happened to bring some cash with me, but just enough for an X-ray, but not enough for a CT scan. So I had to call my parents and tell them the truth. So, yeah, it was not a comfortable conversation. Yeah. Thankfully, the bike crash wasn't too hard. I noticed that okay, like before the crash, I got this feeling that oh dear, I like this is not a good situation. So like I stepped on the brakes enough that we probably crashed at like I don't know, like 20 kilometers an hour, maybe 30 kilometers, not miles, but 20 or 30 kilometers an hour. So like it was not it was not like just falling over, but it also wasn't like a crash. 16 in college. I guess something you have to know about me, Bonnie, is like so here in the Philippines now, high school goes all the way to 12th grade, right? Like that's senior high school, right? Like, but when I was still a kid, when I was still a student before I finished college, hey, what's up, Mr. Liu? My cabbages, my cabbages. Is that the cabbages you're referring to? No, they did not beat me. They did not beat me. I was actually very surprised at the way that my parents handled it. Um, so, where was I? Oh yeah. So, yeah. So that was it. Like the crash was basically like falling over at like 20 or 30 kilometers an hour. So it was bad, but not like deadly bad. It's actually a different reference. Oh, I thought you were okay. All right, my bad. I thought it was an Avatar: The Last Airbender reference. You never got a parent beating experience when you were a kid, RJ? Oh, of course I did. Of course I did. Maybe not a beating, like I just got the belt. I just got the belt. I don't even remember like what things I did to get the belt. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what things I did to get the belt. As far as I remember, I only got the belt like 3 to maybe okay, memory's a little vague, but somewhere between 3 to 7 times like throughout my whole life. Somewhere between 3 and 7 times. But I don't remember the reason for it. Like I remember I told my mom, "Hey mom, I'll carry the basket like at a supermarket. I'll carry the basket. I'm strong enough. Like no, I'll trust me. I'm strong enough to carry the basket." And then she was like, "Yeah, okay." So I carried the grocery basket. It was a basket, not a shopping cart, because like it was like a smaller supermarket. And at some point, my mom went into like a tight corridor with some people in it, and I accidentally like the basket that I was carrying hit a bottle of sandwich spread, and it broke. It broke when it fell, and I remember thinking, I thought it was strong enough. I thought I was like good enough to not have something like this happen. And I remember like I was very young at like by this time. I remember this very clearly because I got my first computer when I was in fourth grade. No, let me think. 2004. Yeah, fourth grade. And obviously in fourth grade, I would have been hang on, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would have been like 9 or 10 years old. And this was way before I got a computer. Even before I got a PlayStation. And I got a PlayStation way before I got a computer. So I was probably like 6 or 7. And most people don't remember anything from like 6 or 7. But I remember this very clearly because it was such a strong emotion that I felt. And so like the fear, the anxiety in me, like being scared that I'm going to get the belt when we get home, and the severe disappointment in myself. I was really disappointed in myself that I just wasn't good enough to do it, even though I thought I was. Thankfully, I do remember not getting the belt for this. I do remember not getting the belt for this. Got the slipper. I don't think the slipper would have worked on me. I was a pretty big kid. Glass instead of plastic? This was, dude, this was the 90s. This was the 90s, man. Lots of holes on my uncle's motorcycle. Uncle's, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, oh my god. I don't think I ever got hit with a broom. No, I'm pretty sure my mom never hit me with a broom. I do remember in high school. No, high school? Or was it college? I think it was high school. Yeah, I do remember in high school, my mom hit me with a coiled up extension cable. It wasn't like, you know, like when I was a kid, my mom told me to like kneel down in front of the bed, and then like I would get the belt. Like this one in high school was more like she was just mad at me, so she just hit me, and like she saw that I didn't, you know, I didn't cry anymore, like it didn't hurt as much as it did like when I was a kid. So that was the very last time that my mom hit me. I got hit with a tree branch and bed frame hurt like bed frame. Maybe only flying slippers, but no flying slippers. Man, oh my god. You know, funny thing too, my dad is actually in the city right now. I mean, I don't know where he is. I don't even know where he's staying at, but yeah, like my dad's in the city now, and my mom was just here a couple of days ago. Even though, you know, my mom and dad aren't together anymore really, but it's, I don't know, like it's kind of nice to me, like to think about it, like that I'm thinking about this stuff, like looking back to this stuff where like when my mom and dad just so happened to be here, like at least recently, or if not now, because my dad hardly ever comes here. My dad hardly ever comes to this city. My mom has recently moved to a different city, so she doesn't live in this city anymore. Yeah, so I don't know, like it feels nice. Feels nice thinking about this stuff when we were recently like all together within the city. Like we weren't all like together, but you know, it was just nice thinking that we were all like within a couple of kilometers away of, you know, of each other. Not flying slippers, just slipper in the hand and smacking me on the oh god, on the face, dude. You know, I kind of, honestly, I kind of feel bad that my dad never hit me. Yeah, my dad never hit me, and it was really only my mom, and it was more like hitting me for discipline and not hitting me because of anger. Like from I do remember very clearly that my mom never hit me out of anger. Well, except for the high school thing. That you know, where I said like where it was like the extension cable. Um but yeah, that was different. That was different. Yeah, my dad never hit me, and my mom really only hit me like very controlled hit. Whereas I didn't really I've never hit my son out of anger. It was like also like with discipline in mind. But I don't remember my mom hitting. I don't think my mom ever hit me that many times in a single sitting. And I used the broom. Cuz I don't know, like I used to use my hand because like I don't want to do it with an object because I can't feel how hard I'm doing it. So I don't want to do it too hard. But my problem is like I don't know if I'm doing it too hard because I can't feel it with my hand. So But at some point, like once my son hit like grade 2 or grade 2, yeah, grade 2 mostly, is like I realized, oh, my hand isn't hard enough for this anymore, and so this isn't gonna work. So I tried it with a broom, and I don't know. I've never done it anymore. I haven't done it anymore really, because um I think I may have overdone it a little bit. And then I realized, okay, yeah, I don't know how to do this if I can't feel it with my hand. So I'm not going to do this anymore. My dad tried to discipline me, so I ran in a room and closed the door. And my dad punched the door and broke it. That's when I knew, oh, here's Johnny. Hit you with, be crazy, they'll hit you with a refrigerator, lol. How old are you? 31, dude. Well, RJ was like 23, but he's uncle status. Uncle status. I guess I am. Yep. I guess I am officially uncle status at this point. I did expect you to be 31. Hey, nice. Somebody who finally guessed my, well, not guessed, but like at least expected my age to be somewhere around the same range as it actually is. I thought RJ was like 23. Yeah, you know, funny thing though, I had a kid at 23. Or was I 22? Yeah, I'm not. I had a kid at 22. Let me think. I'm gonna be 9 now, so hang on. 24. Okay, 2024. It's 9. 32. Hang on. I'm trying to do the math and like I don't know how to do the math. Okay, 9 minus 9. Okay, 32 minus 9, 23. 23? 22. No. No. I was 23. I was 23. Yeah. RJ dropping crazy lore. I expected you to be end medium in like weight, 23 years old. In weight, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm obese, but I definitely cannot say I'm not overweight. Yeah, I'm certainly overweight, but not like really, really overweight. Just overweight. Crazy lore. Crazier than there being a little dragon in Fontaine. Question about your wife. Have you ever got her to play Genshin? No. She's not a gamer. I did get her to play this other game that I used to play. This was like 10 years ago. Let me think. No, 12 years ago. Yeah, I got her to play the video game I was playing at the time, 12 years ago. And she was like, okay, that's enough. And yeah, never did it again. After then, I was never able to convince her to even play with me even a little, even for just a few minutes. He's not fat. He's just like a little meat on those bones. I'm not fat. I'm just big boned. Okay. I've never seen a full episode of South Park, but I've seen that clip enough times for me to know that it's from South Park. So, and I think Mr. J would have really appreciated that if you were here. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to be. How old are you? I'm 31, Nathan. I think there's a line between healthy and obese. I don't think there's just a line. I don't think it's just a line, man. I think it's I think there's a country between healthy and obese. Pretty big difference there. It was you. Where is she? What? Oh. Oops. You sound younger? That's probably just the microphone, man. Yeah, it's probably just the microphone. I guess like I'm not knowledgeable enough about audio equipment and how audio equipment work. How audio equipment work. That I don't know like what would it take for a microphone to make someone sound younger than they actually are, or older than they actually are. But that seems to be the case for me for most microphones, or at least the microphones that I've used at some in my whole life. Because I remember in my call center days, like basically all customers thought that I was okay. I started working in a call center when I was 18, and that went on for like a couple of years until 2016, I think. Yeah, 2016. Which would have been, I would have been 22. Yeah, I would have been 22 at the time. Yeah, that was like right before I had my son, actually. And yeah, like during those years, like especially in my first few years, customers thought that like I was like 16 or something. Like there's some of them would joke, like some of them were joking about like calling the cops on like child labor or something. Oh, I'm not going here. You sound very soothing as well. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I think that also has to do with so I use a microphone thing, like I don't know what this kind of software is really called. It's like a microphone thing. I don't know what to call it. It's a software. Well, the software is called Voice Meter. Yeah, Voice Meter. And I used to just stream like my mic audio just raw into OBS. And then like I discovered this program, Voice Meter, and I found out that whoa, this is pretty cool. It has like a way to like change like the sound, and like dude, the difference is so big. I wish I could just can I just turn this off? Hang on, how do I turn this thing off? Oh, there. Okay. Okay. All right. I turned it off. And I'm going to turn it back on. So this is just the raw, like straight into the microphone. And then like when I turn it on, it sounds like this. Yeah, and I really like this software. It makes the microphone sound so much better than it already is. Oops, wrong place. Sounds like you got closer to the mic, that's all. Really? Well, I guess this is a pretty good mic already. I'm just lucky enough that a really good friend of mine gave me this microphone. It's on Elgato Wave 3. This mic is already pretty good. I'm so happy that I have this. If it were just me, I would have like never in 100 years would I have been able to afford something like this. Or like maybe I could have saved up for it, but then like it's just like way too expensive for a microphone for someone of my income that I would have never ever even thought about buying something like this. Speaking of microphones that I've used, the microphone that I originally started to stream with was it's the microphone on a headset, on a call center headset. The call center headset, the very first call center headset that I ever had. It was from the very first employer that I ever had, because the way that it worked in that company was when you get hired, you go through like the whole HR talk, and then like they assign you your own headset. If you get lucky, like, well, okay, most of the time it's used, like it's been used by someone else before, but if you get lucky, if they just so happen to like buy like a new batch of headsets and like, you know, because like a new account is expanding or whatever, then you get yours brand new. And I just so happened to get lucky at the time because they were expanding at the time, so they were ordering lots of new hardware, and I got a brand new headset. And so obviously they don't give you the headset, it's not yours, it's just been assigned to you. And when you resign, when you leave, you're gonna have to give it back to the IT, like the IT department. And at the time, like I said, they were expanding at the time. They were expanding a new account. They were like, you know, they were establishing like a new office for like a new account in the same company. IT just so happened to be very often busy. So every time I went to the office to try and give the headset back, there was no one in the IT office. So I wait, like very often I've had to wait for like half an hour, and then like nobody was there. So I just left and went home, and I went there again, same thing. And then at some point, my ticket to go back home, like, you know, the date for the ship's departure to go back to my hometown, after I've resigned there, had finally come. And so I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm keeping this headset for now, I guess. And then, okay, I guess maybe like when I come back to the city, I'll go back to the office and then give it back. And then by the time, you know, it was like a year, I think, more than a year after after I resigned there, that I was able to go back to that city, and I finally thought, hey, while I'm here, I might as well go back to the office and give them back the headset. Apparently, they already processed my resignation, and they already like calculated my final paycheck, and it was just ready to pick up, even though like I hadn't returned my headset yet. And they told me that they wouldn't process my resignation if I didn't return the headset. But they did process it, and they just took off like $70 off of my final paycheck. And then I said, well, I mean, I got the headset here. Like, can I just give it back and like you can give me my $70 back? They said that they'd have to process it again, and then and then they said, okay, well, how do I get it processed then? Well, okay, I'll you take the headset to IT again, and then like I'll process it again. And then I asked them, okay, how long would it take to like recalculate my final paycheck, and they said about a month. And I knew that I wasn't staying in that city for that long. I knew that I was only gonna be there for like a couple of weeks, so I just thought, whatever. Whatever. Just give me my final paycheck. So there you go. From 13, I've had my very own call center headset. And call center headsets are really good. Like they're really, really good. Like maybe not for music, but like clarity, they're super clear. Like the audio is super clear. The microphones are really good as well. And not only that, but like the durability, it's just super high quality materials. And yeah, and I still have it today. Unfortunately, like I'm not sure what happened to it, but over the last couple of years, I've started to notice that there's this like static noise coming from the microphone, and I don't know how to get rid of it. Well, I guess I can get rid of it, but like what I would have to do to get rid of the static noise in the microphone is I would, like, when I'm using the headset, I would have to put my hand on the case of my desktop, like specifically somewhere around the power supply. So, and I'm not an electrician. I'm a techie, but I'm not good enough at tech stuff to understand what's going on. But I'm just guessing that it's like some kind of ground or something. Like when I touch the PC case, or like the part of my PC case where the power supply is at, maybe like it's getting grounded out. So that's why like the static is going away, like every time I touch it. But when I touch the wall of my house, like the concrete wall, the static would get louder. RJ, I have to go do a task that's necessary for the survival of every human. Still here. Okay. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, Mr. Liu. Take care, man. By the way, I'm just gonna get eat food. Okay. Rice and curry. Nice. Oops. Nope. National on the first side then. Rice and curry is really good. Oh yeah. My problem with curry is that I like it so much that whenever my wife cooks curry, I end up eating too much. So it's good, but it's also bad for me. I didn't even realize it was already 12:30. All food is bad though, preservatives and everything, so you're good. You know, at this point, there's basically no way to avoid preservatives and stuff. Like even like the most local of farmers use some kind of pesticides to keep their crops safe from bugs and other pests. my uncle, my uncle's a farmer, and my wife's dad's also a farmer. And even, you know, despite not being like farmers of like a really big farm, like they're just, you know, they're just farming like their own land really. Even they use like some form of pesticides to keep pests off of it, off of their crops. That's funny. The Mirror Maiden is supposed to have high hydro resistance, but Xingqiu just one hit with hydro. Hey, what's up, Stella? Hey, weren't you here already, Stella? A while ago? The human urge to delete all social media and start your own farm. You know, I have thought about that. I've thought about it because, like, I'm personally, like, I would be at pain for quite a long time if I were all of a sudden to decide that I'm gonna disconnect from everything. I'm gonna disconnect from technology. I'm gonna disconnect from human civilization. But after some time, I think I would be happy in the end. But because I have a son, and for now, I'm the one making decisions for him. But what if one day, when he becomes an adult, all of a sudden he wants to experience living in human society, going to get a job or starting his own business, or, you know, just experiencing technology and like the conveniences of the modern world. And if I were to do that, like to fully disconnect from society, I wouldn't have any of that. I wouldn't be able to give him any of that. So I might end up regretting it if I ultimately decided to do that. Right? So like, yeah, and obviously like a big part of me doesn't want to do it either, because like I'm happy with technology. Just now came. Oh, alright. Planning to pull Mabuika, Kinich, Capitano, and their weapons. Kazuha and A's weapon. Dude. Stella, do you spend money on Genshin? You seem to be really casual every time you talk about wanting to go for someone. It sounds like you're already, like, it's already, like, guaranteed that you're gonna get them. Hey, what's up, Mr. J? How you doing, man? How's your neck? Still a little, still hurts a little. Today I finally was able to go and get that, like, local, like, Filipino massage thing that I was talking about, called the Helot, and it feels a lot better. It's still not perfectly good. I'm certainly hoping that it'll fully recover after like a couple of days after this. If it doesn't, I don't know, man. Like I hate going to the doctor. It's like for the last couple of years, every time I have a problem, I've never seemed to have gotten exactly what I needed to fully recover. Well, except for that one other thing, quite a few years ago. But Like a lot of my problems now seem to be like really, I don't know, uncommon, especially to the city I'm living in. But it feels a lot better now. Feels a lot better now. My arm does still kind of hurt, but it's certainly a lot better. Thanks for asking, though. How you doing, Mr. J? Until the painkillers wear off? Oh, dude. Yo, Mr. J, earlier I thought about you, by the way. So, I don't know how we even got to that topic, but I talked about like my weight and stuff. And I said something about not being but not being obese, but being overweight and stuff. And then like someone said, no, he's not fat. And then like I immediately remembered the South Park thing. Who is the fat kid in South Park? He keeps saying, I'm not fat, I'm just big boned. Oh. Cartman? You guys certainly know your South Park. Been a cultural phenomenon for most of my life. Oh, it absolutely has. I just wish I had been there. Like I had watched it as a kid. I probably wouldn't have understood half of it when I watched if I had watched it as a kid. But I think I would have been happier overall. Hey, yo! Stop hitting that thing. Back from extending my lifespan by 7 days, dude. Hey, I thought you said you were going away for something really important for humanity. Why is it only your lifespan that got extended? You can still catch up, nothing's stopping you. Yeah, I know, but like I don't know. I just don't like playing catch up. Also, so with this like whole neck thing, I didn't notice until like the last couple of days that I've gotten really grumpy. Like at home. I'm like really grumpy. I'm always like sour and bitter, like everything I say and think about. I said for every human, not humanity. Oh, okay. You have a family pet? No, I do not. I refuse to get a pet because I know that I'm going to outlive it. And getting a pet now is basically guaranteeing myself heartbreak someday in the future. And I'd rather not be happy than to be happy now and be sad later. Story of my life. How do you get rid of parvo virus or make it go extinct? What is that? I know that some people prefer to live the other way around, where like they don't mind if they're guaranteed to be sad later as long as they can be happy now. But I like to prefer, I like to live the other way around. No happy, no sad, just Genshin. Yep. Okay, where are they? No, ran out of what are they called? Droplets. Hey, welcome back, Nathan. Everything dies. I get like you're gonna get attached to it, and it will die eventually. But there's the same thing for your parents. You'll outlive them as well. Yeah, but like the thing is, I don't choose whether or not I'm gonna have parents. I will have parents. There's nothing I can do about it. But with a pet, I can choose to not do it. So I'm choosing to not do it. Nope, that's the wrong way around. Also, another reason why I don't like to get a pet is, so I just don't have the time to take good care of it. And obviously, I could say that like it's gonna be very different once I finally have it, like when it's there. I'm gonna make time for it because I have to, because it's already there. But yeah, like I can't stop myself from thinking, what if I hadn't gotten this pet? Someone else would have gotten this pet, and this animal, this living creature, would have gotten a much better life. Would have been a lot happier if I didn't get it. Because if I didn't get it, someone else would have gotten it, who might have otherwise given it a much better life than I could have given it. Oh, I just remembered this is the third one. So this is not gonna hit as hard as the other ones. Want to hear a joke? Oh, what is it, Siri? What day is the update? The update abstract is next week, Wednesday. Oh, okay. I guess that depends on where you are. If you're in the Americas, then that would be like Tuesday evening for you. But in the West, or sorry, in the East, it would be Wednesday morning. If you're somewhere in Europe, that would be like midnight. So yeah. No, don't run. Oh dear, my arm is hurting. Oh dear, we didn't want that to happen. Dude, this arm is distracting me. I wake up at 6 a.m, so that's a W in my book. I mean, like, you don't really need that much time to do the update. As long as you do the pre-install thing, you're good. Like, it'll probably only take you, I guess, depending on your Wi-Fi, probably, like, even after the pre-install thing, there's typically still a little bit of an update that you'd have to download on the day. Usually, like, a couple hundred megabytes, depending on your Wi-Fi. It could be anywhere between, like, 3 and, like, 10 minutes, maybe. So yeah, you don't have to wake up like super early for it. Not about the pet dying, it's about enjoying the memories and raising it like your own. The same your parents did to you. No thanks.
捕まえた。痛がっちゃいない。どの目が出るかしら。しっかり立ってな。
強制
手をつなぎましょう。かかれ。痛がっちゃいない。終わりで撤収。はい、マッチョ。
三段
I'm trying to focus real hard just so Pookie doesn't die.
覚えたわよ。捕まえた。渚のリン。
Why don't you play with a controller if your arm hurts that much? No, it's not. It's not like like the gaming is making it hurt. It's just like I have this like shoulder/neck thing. I've had this like shoulder/neck thing that's also like making my arm hurt. So, controller. Let me think. No, I think it was like I'm trying to feel like which muscles in my arm and my forearm would hurt, like if I, like moving my thumbs and stuff. And I feel like it would still, yeah, there's the muscle there. It would still hurt, I think. The the pain/discomfort seems to be like along the lines of like where the muscles of most of my relevant fingers on the muscles that are connected to my most relevant fingers, like my index finger, ring finger, and middle finger, and my thumb. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh dear. That's a Xiangling burst with no Bennett burst. Where are you from? I am from Grow. I can see that. Plays in Friesland. And Grow is Frisian. Means fat. I'm from Grow. Oh. Okay. I'm from Grow. I could see that. Basically, it's like I'm from Fat. And then a place called Fat. I could see that. Alright. That's pretty good. Thanks, Siri. Mousepad is the solution? No. No, it's an arm problem, dude. Why would you say that? It's an arm problem, not a wrist problem. Oh, speaking of those kinds of mouse pads. Okay, funnily enough, I actually have at some point needed one of those mouse pads. But instead of getting one, what I did was I continued to use my normal flat mouse pad. The mouse pad that my $10 gaming mouse that I bought in 2017 came with. The mouse is long dead at this point. But the mouse pad I'm still using. And then I thought, because I was starting to have like wrist discomfort in my wrist, in my right wrist, like a couple of years ago, and at some point I realized, oh, I guess I need to raise my wrist a little bit. And then what I did was I am somebody who saves up a lot of stuff. like I'm a hoarder. Like, you know, you can clearly see that in Genshin. And if you lived with me, you would be able to see that very clearly in real life as well. I'm a hoarder.
逃げ道はありません。料理の時間だよ。ふっはっ。
みんなは俺が守れ。
これは必要かな。はっ。やっ。ここより弱滅の時。
So I hoard lots of stuff, including cardboard.
見切りました。
So I took some of the cardboard that I'm hoarding, and I made a platform with it. A platform that I can use, that I used to raise up my normal flat mousepad. And now I have a mousepad that is high, like it's raised on one end, but flat. It's like, you know, sorry, it's slanted. It's slanted. It's raised on one end, and it is slanted down towards the other end. Like the side where facing me is raised, and like it is tilting downward, as like away from me. And not only like, it's not even like perfectly even on both sides. Like I made it so that my wrist would be tilting forward, like tilting down forward and tilting down to the right a little bit, like as much as possible. So I made like a platform, I guess, for my mousepad that is a very specific angle. And ever since I made this thing, I haven't had any wrist issues. I can clearly see your 1,000+ crystal cores. 1,000+, huh? It's 9,000. It's over 9,000. 3090? Oh, that's a nice number. Maybe collect another 1,000, you know, so that you could get up to date. You know, the 40 series GPUs already came out like quite a while back. So you might want to get with the times, man. Get up to 4090. But no, realistically though, you really don't, like if you're on F2P resin and like you really only need 5 a day, like, and 5 a day, that's even more than what you need, right? Because like maximum amount of resin that you can generate in 24 hours is 180 resin, right? And that's like, what is that, 4.5 condensed resin. And that's not even the thing too. It's like you need even less than that, because like every now and then you'll be raising a character and you'll be using some of that resin to farm weekly bosses and obviously weekly bosses and world bosses. So you won't even need all that condensed resin. And the thing is, like, there's like a little cave in here, and like instantly, just within one group, 6 crystal flies. So yeah. 9k plus. I remember that you had a copious amount, so I said 1,000, but I didn't know it was that much. Speaking of which, by the way, I noticed that like I haven't been getting like that pop-up that I can't pick up stuff anymore. So did they raise the limit on this thing? When did they do that? I noticed on my main account or second account that I have like 10,000, like 200 of I think this thing. And I just, I don't know, like, I don't remember that ever hearing about that in the special program. And okay, I guess, like, Hoyo doesn't really announce, like, really minor updates like that in a special program. I don't think it's worth it. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm happy that they did increase the limit on this thing. You'll have to play 5.4 years to spend all of them. Oh my god, you actually did the math. Well, I guess it's not that hard of a math, really, because, like, 4.5 a day. Hang on, how many do I have? Okay, 94, 52, yeah. Oh, my math actually gives me 5.75 years. But I assume you probably calculated using 5 a day, whereas I calculated using 4.5 a day. As you know, I upgraded all my characters, which are about 82. 82? Do I? Are there, what? Are there even 82 characters in the game? How many characters do we have at this point? Okay, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 25, 50, 75, 80, 84. Whoa. Wait, 83? Oh, I guess that's okay, okay, including Traveler, right? Wait, where's Traveler? Is Traveler in here? Wow, dude, you have almost every character in the game. I never realized that, Siri. That's crazy. Subtract 1 day because the leap year. Ah, right. Wow, how'd you do that, man? I missed. Wait, does that mean you also got Siege Ween? You've got to be kidding me. You went and got Siege Ween? Oh my god. And even Emelie. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, Emelie's actually kind of good. It's just that she's niche, and that's why, like, you know, very few people are pulling on her. Except Ayato. What's wrong with Ayato? Why Ayato specifically? I have 30. You have 30 characters, Nathan? It sounds like you're a new-ish player. How many do I have, though? 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's this 30. Yeah, okay. 30. 60. I only have 62. And that even includes Traveler, because this is not the character archive. So 61, really. Never pulled weapon banners. Oh, I see. Wow, that's pretty good. Not really new, just broke. But I am F2P. Ah, I see. Okay. But 30 characters. I imagine that's probably pretty hard to come up with different teams to fight different content. Yunjin's also very niche. Yep, she is. Why do you hate Ayato so much, Siri? I don't. I lost every time on his banner. Oh. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, you're right. Yeah, Boney. Wait, you also have Klee? Dude. You have Klee, you have Kokomi, you have Baiju. Okay, Kokomi and Baiju are really good characters at this point. Especially Kokomi. And Baiju used to be not so good, but then, you know, came shoot, what was her name? Nilou. Yeah, Nilou really came along and made Baiju really good. As well as Chlorinde as well. This part is wanting to build every character, but can't level them past 80 because those chunks. Chunks? You mean these things? The other one? You mean the big one? Oh, this thing. The gemstone, yeah. Are there any new DOP? What's a DOP, Mr. Liu? Oh, DPS. Oh, thank you. I've never lit, so I don't really care, but I need Kazuha. Sorry, Mualani. Oh. Well, Mualani, Kazuha certainly is a lot more universal. Mualani will probably be better than Kazuha for exploration stuff in Natlan, but Kazuha is certainly better than Mualani for exploration stuff everywhere else. Anyway, if what you meant by DOP, Mr. Liu, if what you meant by DOP was DPS, from what I heard, Kinich is going to be a DPS. Same with Mualani. Mualani is also going to be a DPS, is what I've heard. Definitely pulling for Mualani, so cute. She is adorable, honestly, yeah. I would love to pull for a character, man. And another thing too is like Mualani and Kinich and even Kachina all have really they all seem to have abilities that are very centered around exploration of Natlan. And I get the feeling that if I get those characters, I'm gonna have a way easier time with exploration than if I didn't. Well, he just looks like a Hydroclee. Mualani. She does look really attractive. And like her personality as well is like, it's very similar to let me think. Who is similar to Mualani? I guess kind of Amber and kind of Kokomi, or sorry, not Kokomi, kind of Nilou and Yoimiya. Yeah, right. That's who I was thinking. That's who I was thinking of. I was thinking of like Pyro Bow user, Yoimiya. That's why I said Amber. Are the 5.0 artifacts out? I can't find them in my dreams. I know. I don't think they've been. It's been announced what they do yet. One day, just one day, I'm gonna get Aito and the collection will be completed. Anyway, I'm sorry guys. I've started to doze off for the not for long, but like maybe the past 2 minutes ish. I've been starting to doze off, so I think that's gonna be it for today. Anyway, for those of you who need help building your characters, accounts, making a decision which Spanish to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in YouTube chat. If you want my opinion personally, you can ping me over there. My name is Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Yeah, bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Take care. Bye.